All right, Stephen Key here. Thanks for watching. Today, I want to talk about improvement clauses. That's right. When you get your licensing agreement, sometimes there'll be there'll be a segment in there, a clause in there about improvement clauses. So first of all, what is it? An improvement clause basically states that if there's some improvement along the way, either from you or maybe from the company you're going to license it to, what do? Who owns those improvements? And guess what? I can guarantee there's going to be improvements. There always are. So sometimes in these contracts, you want to spell it out very, very clearly who owns those improvements. Now, guess what? Us, creative people, inventors, entrepreneurs, we want to own all the improvements. That's right. Because you don't want to sign a contract and you know for a fact they're going to make improvements. You don't want them to file intellectual property to own those improvements. Because if they do, right, then maybe they don't pay you. Or maybe if the contract goes null and void, they produce it someplace else with those improvements and you don't collect any royalties. So in the big pictures of things, you want to own any improvements. So I always negotiate that a little bit later down in the contract. That's not something you want to bring up at the very beginning. That's something you want to bring in really later, because that's one of those sticky points. And there's a couple big picture items you don't want to bring up at the very beginning. You want to add those or talk about them much later. And that's one of them, improvement clauses. Who owns improvements? Now, sometimes those companies do not want to budge. They want to own those improvements. So what do you do about that? You can let them own it, right? But you can have access to it. That if this contract goes away, you have access to license those improvements. That's one way you can do it if they're not going to budge. Another way, make sure that any improvement they make, it doesn't matter if you make it or they make it, right? You still get paid for it. That's another thing you can negotiate. So improvement clauses are a little bit tricky, but I can guarantee you want to own the improvement or have access to it and get paid for it. You have to. So how do you negotiate that? This whole thing with licensing is really quite simple at the very beginning. You study the marketplace, step number one. You maybe create for this marketplace, find sleeping dinosaurs. Maybe you protect your idea with PPAs. You reach out to companies. But sooner or later, you're going to get a contract, right? And contracts are complicated. And if you've never done a contract, if you've never done one before, you're not going to know what you're doing. And if you hire an attorney to help you, I guarantee you that's not going to go well either, because next thing you know, they're going to bring their attorney in and two attorneys get together and they fight like dogs. It doesn't work that well. So you need to understand a little bit about contracts. And I'm going to go through some terms here on the YouTube videos, but I can tell you right now, even with some of these things I'm talking about, you still won't be able to do it the first time. So you're going to have to find someone to help you. And I told you, I give all this information away, but there's one thing I want to tell you for a fact. You won't be able to do this by yourself. So you need to find someone to help you when you get that contract, right? That's a guarantee. I don't care who it is. Find someone that's done it before and make sure you have them do it with you, show you how to do it. So the next one, you maybe you can do it by yourself. So anyway, this is Stephen Key. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Hi, this is Stephen Key, and I just want to thank you for watching InventRight TV. We're here to save you time, save you money, and show you how you can bring your products to market through licensing. So please subscribe down below, click on the button, and tell your friends. Thank you.